Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video I'll be answering more details about a common question I get in the comments of my other two kidney stone videos, which I'll provide links below in the description and maybe a link up on the screen. But the question is, will my kidney stone pass on its own and how long does it take? Well, let's talk about size of the kidney stones. Well, we look at stones here and we have the dime and the pencil and the ruler as scale so that you see what a stone is really shaped like and how it's measured. So the good news is 80% of stones will pass on their own. Now smaller than 4 millimeter, like we said, 80% of people pass it on their own. It takes about average of 31 days. If you're in the 4 to 6 millimeter range, about 60% people can pass it on their own, and that takes about 45 days average. Larger than 6 millimeter, you're going down to the 20% range, and the average goes up to a whopping 12 months. Usually in the 4 to 6 millimeter, if you're seeing a urologist, they pretty much want to get in there and do a procedure because that's how they make their money. And if you could afford it or go through the hassle, it's probably a little more convenient to deal with it that way if the pain and discomfort is too much. But if you could hold on a little bit longer and try to wait it out and pass it on your own, then that's probably an option, unless it's too painful or too inconvenient. Now the ureter connects the kidney to the bladder. The average size is 3 millimeters to 4 millimeters wide. It could possibly stretch if a stone is blocking or making its way down. Now, as you see, stones are not perfectly round, so it takes a little finessing to get the stone set up to start to pass. And when it passes, you can see how sharp stones are with sharp jagged edges. It could go down nice and easy if it's smaller, but if it's a tight fit, it's gonna scratch and cut you up, producing more blood in the urine, going slower and causing more pain due to blockage of urine. The pain comes from the kidneys in the back when the urine is blocked and the kidneys begin to swell and all the nerve endings in the kidneys go crazy and cause the stabbing pain that has no relief in the back. Once the stone passes into the bladder, the urine continues to flow freely and therefore the pain goes away. Now pretty much once the stone is in the bladder, if it made it down the ureter, it will make it down the rest of the way. Again, the time that it takes depends, I believe, on the amount of urine you have to pass it and the lineup of the stone. If it's oval, it's gonna have to wait for the moment where it lines up. If it just continues to bounce around in there, that's where the time I believe it takes to pass could be a couple of weeks, a couple of months, possibly a year. So basically that's a more detailed look at stones and their sizes and whether they're passable. It all depends on the individual and their tolerance for pain and their pain management. I go into pain management into detail in my other videos. So hopefully this answers a few questions you may be having. And if you found this useful, like and subscribe, help support the channel, and thanks for watching.